Leiro Letangule.
Yes, Prof.
In your introduction, you said you are from a marginalized community. The Ilchamus, to be specific.
Correct, Prof.
Is Ilchamus, whenever we do census, is Ilchamus regarded as a unique ethnic group, or you come under an umbrella of an ethnic group?
Thank you, Prof, for that concern. I might not really say it's a question.
Yes.
In the past, we used to be under another group because of many people. Many people did not understand as well.
Which one?
The Maasai. Sometimes we can be put with other communities, which I might not wish to give more information on the same. But we've done a lot of publicity about ourselves, and now we have our code as a community.
Very well. That's a unique identifier. You are also just 37 years of age.
Correct, Prof.
And when I was looking at your CV and work experience, I didn't see any past experience in electoral matters. Yet as I've listened to your answer, you seem to be very, very knowledgeable about the Constitution, the law, and the management of elections. Where is that coming from?
Thank you, Prof. In my CV, maybe I just missed to indicate that I participated as a clerk in 2007 elections, and I also participated in civic education in 2007. That was under ECK. Whatever I'm currently doing, the experience that I have working with the defunct NHIF and now SHA, we do a lot of member registrations. And these are old institutions, started in 1960. It has a rich history from the beginning up to now, when government decided to improve processes. So just like IEBC, we are also engaging in member registrations.
When the Vice Chair asked you about skills that you are bringing or that you'd bring to the Commission, you didn't mention elections. Now that you have made a disclosure, is that a skill that you would say you would bring to the Commission?
Yes. Yes, indeed, Prof.
What strategies would you use if you are made a commissioner to ensure that election results are accurate and verifiable, especially when there are claims of electoral fraud?
Thank you, Prof. Some of the strategies that I will bring to the Commission if I get favor from this panel to be a commissioner is I will demystify the process of registration of voters. Because if we miss it at the registration, then the final product, when these voters will come and do the ballot itself, we will not get correct results. So I will ensure that there is minimal errors in the process of registration. I will ensure that the register is very clean, that the people who are at the register as voters are legitimate voters for that matter. I will also ensure that all the legal frameworks that govern IEBC and gives IEBC the mandate to do its work are all aligned. If there is any need for, an amendment, I will engage with my fellow commissioners to make sure that we engage the relevant stakeholders and have all the legal frameworks aligned. I will also ensure that during the voting itself, because IEBC has been accused of being so secretive, especially after the elections, I will ensure that the process is as transparent as possible, that the voters in a constituency or in a county can be able to get the results of all the elected members, including even the presidency, at the county level, so that we avoid this culture of going to the bombers. And many people think the bombers is when the president is being elected, while they have done it themselves at the polling stations. So I think if we demystify this process and on board all the stakeholders, the observers, the media, so that we avoid a situation where a presiding officer or a returning officer has to come manually all the way to the bombers for the results to be looked at. And at that point, Kenyans are glued to the screens. Sometimes we see and decide behaviors within the bombers itself, and people think the president is being chosen at the bombers. So I will ensure that transparency in terms of information sharing is very clear.
Thank you. IEBC, has trust deficit. Where you are coming from, as my colleague Bore told me, SHA has even more trust deficit. I'll give you an example. I can't remember his other name, but as I watched before SHA was implemented, the face of SHA was one Olweny. I can't remember his other name. And then and he was very convincing whenever he came, debating with the unionists why the shift is necessary. It was so convincing. Then on the eve of the implementation, I don't know, he goes to Kenya Cancer. And now SHA, the public is reacting. The point I'm trying to bring is that what, if at all, and I don't think you are in a position to have been the public face, but what do you say about the trust deficit in SHA and how it should be addressed, or how you and your seniors have addressed it, vis-a-vis if you are to go to the commission, and how you would help in improving trust in the IEBC, given that right now you are in a trust deficit institution and most of the public are not convinced that that's the way to go.
Thank you, Prof. SHA, IEBC. There was, of course, misinformation because we have an history as an institution. And when government was now enhancing service delivery to all Kenyans, there were public participations that were done, and there were laws that were passed. That is, the SHA Act was passed in 2023, and all the legal frameworks are there, and all the players involved were involved. The only challenges that we experienced as the internal stakeholder is when the program was rolled out, the major stakeholders, the healthcare providers, the members were already aware because we engaged them on almost real time through direct messaging, through calls to the call center, and most of the things were demystified at that point. The only departure here is on the membership. NHIF was more constrained on a members club. You have to be a member for you to be able to get services. But now under SHA, the law has allowed has allowed Kenyans to be members of SHA. So long as you are a Kenyan, you are a member. So the membership aspect was changed. So initially we had close to 7 million active members, and now under SHA we have 20 million, almost now over 20 million members. So you can see that many people have been engaged, and any program that touches on many people, you should be prepared for, to be able to answer to questions continuously, and that's what we've been doing. IEBC is also having trust deficit among Kenyans, which are very simple things to be demystified if the institution can implement some of the programs, like communication, planning. Most of these trust deficits are as a result of some risks that were not identified in the process. Like in the last election, we woke up to some 2 counties not voting on that particular day. So proper planning also needs to come out. And I don't personally see the reason why we should make registration of voters voluntary. So long as you are a Kenyan, 18 years and above, I think it is high time that we onboard everybody to be a voter. It's only for them to come and confirm that I want to vote in this place. Yes. So you would advocate for mandatory voting as in some of the countries of the world? Because... Or mandatory registration. There's mandatory registration and there's mandatory voting, in which if you don't vote, it's considered as an offense. So which one are you talking about? Mandatory registration or both mandatory registration and mandatory voting? Mandatory registration. Okay, but not mandatory. Because in the day of voting, which is just one day, people might have reasons why they will not go to the polling station. They will be sick, they will be out of the country, and those kind of things. So mandatory registration. Very well. Thank you. Lastly, no, thank you, Chair.
Did you really answer how the integrity tag in SHA will follow you to IEBC? You did a long explanation, but I didn't see you respond to it.
I have a lot of successes about SHA. And from a management level, I can confirm that the programs are up and running, and we have escalation matrix whenever there is a challenge, and we have levels of engagements from the healthcare providers themselves, and we have so many alternative ways of assuring continuity of services when such is reported. So from an internal perspective, we have put in programs for any eventuality in terms of, there is system glitches, and we engage directly to the providers whenever that is reported. So I think there are those programs that need to be continuously demystified to the public, like communication. Continuous communication must be a backbone of any institution that has the mandate to offer essential services like SHA. And even IEBC. Communication is also very, very important for that matter. Thank you.
Prof, please.
Leiro, let me take you to your comfort zone, coming from a marginalized community. How does the 2010 Constitution address the economic imbalances that marginalized communities have experienced since independence? There are several, but which one would you place high there?
Thank you, Prof. The Constitution of Kenya 2010 addressed the issue of marginalized communities